Wenn mein heutiger Gast Stop-Motion-Filme macht, beginnt Knetmasse zu fließen wie Farbe auf einer Leinwand. Die polnische Regisseurin arbeitet mit Plastilin, das sich in ihren Filmen ständig verwandelt, verformt und neu entsteht. Schon mit ihrem Abschlussfilm Jam Session gewann sie einen Silbernen Bären auf der Berlinale und machte damit international auf sich aufmerksam. Seitdem erschafft sie Stop-Motion-Welten, die gleichzeitig roh, poetisch, humorvoll bis ins Groteske sind. Herzlich willkommen und schön, dass du da bist, liebe Izabela Pluczinska.
Ja, freut mich auch.
Hallo. Und genau, wir haben schon im Vorgespräch gesagt, dass wir in Englisch switchen. We're switching to English now, so Isabella's more comfortable talking, I guess. Where do I meet you right now? Where are you at?
Yeah, just today I make animation, very short, 1 minute, from a historical museum of women that we will create in Poznań, in Poland. And there's like 10 short films about different subjects, different women from the past, important women, not only, but interesting story, and 10 artists like Marta Pajek, Marta Magnuska, of animation, known names in Poland, and each episode is made by different technique. And let's see, it will be project for 1 year. Then I hope next year we can present you all.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a really fun project, and as you said, an important one, to show the history and the way and the path of these historical women.
Yes. I think I make really, because it's like strong story, and we don't know. For example, I make one episode, the first one, about scientist in Poland in 1914. That she was Czaplicka, Maria Antonia Czaplicka, and she was one of the first in the world professor in Oxford, for example.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why, of course, we know like the most famous Skłodowska, but we also discovered the history, how was the life, how was the etap to be in this moment today for the woman. Many differences.
Yeah, sounds really interesting. But we want to talk about kind of your path in stop motion and how you got into stop motion filmmaking as a director. And do you recall a specific moment in your life when you discovered stop motion?
It's kind of interesting because, each of us known some animation like a child, and clay like a child, we all playing. But I studied first fine arts, and I didn't know nothing about artistic animation. I was really and that was 1997. And I thought animation, I really was kind of blind to start, and I didn't know if I can tell some story, if it's my goal in my life. This is to tell something, like what kind of story also, because when you study art, you have like impression, you think about experiment animation, about the movement. But when on the first year, I must tell you that we saw a lot of films, and I found my master there, and that was not only Piotr Tumała, that was my professor, but also about Norman McLaren, his animation, Aardman animation, and Jan Schwankmajer animation. That was like my master still now, and that really changed my thinking about movement, about to create some stories, and really, I thought, meine Güte, I would like to be to create something like similar, or to go in this direction. I think that on the first year of the animation that I really discovered the brilliant, fantastic films that I still love it.
So how did you transfer from studying fine arts to film then?
On the one side was quite interesting because I was very curious to change a little bit subject what I'm doing on fine arts, because it was like that I make painting, sculpture, and I want to go more direction to a little bit, to develop a little bit more. I was not very satisfied with the first study, and the film school was kind of very prestige in Łódź, and it was very individual. Finance maybe yes, but we were not. No, maybe less, but that was kind of focus on yourself to be how to be director. And we have really lesson about Bühnebild, scenography, about literature. We were very close with the directing department and camera department to think about the light, camera. That's why we were like focused to create some outdoor films, and that really pushed me. And it was the time when I have 35 millimeter camera. That means that you must really be focused, prepare. It was focus on the preparation of the research. You must to know what you want to do from beginning to the end with all details. Yeah, and that was kind of big things, like totally different, because it's like kind of big process with the editing, with the music, with this all, and you need a team. And it was, I think my second film was kind of good, that there found some people that really helped me. Not only me, I did everything, but also with Justyna Celeda, that we still working together, and we start really in the student time and the music. And I remember my friends that composed the music, and that all to bring one project, one art, or one piece of film or animation. That was very, that was a lot of work, and very serious. We thought we didn't make a study for fun, but we are very kind of ambitious, want to discover something new, or to make the best how we can. And the result was quite interesting. And I totally didn't know about festivals, I must to tell you. All my 5 years in Łódź, for 4 films in Łódź, I never sent to festivals. I didn't know about NSC, Berlinale, maybe not so much, but not about short. Yeah, that was, my knowledge was quite low. We didn't thought about. That was films for exams, and that was really like before 2000 or 2002. And after, when I studied in Berlin, everything changed somehow. Like, not, a lot of things changed, and I think I was lucky to have 2 worlds, so different worlds. Yeah, because it was big different in Berlin and Potsdam, Babelsberg, and in Łódź, the thinking about the study and art, and how was the how we think about animation.
So when you came to Potsdam to study at the Konrad Wolf Filmhochschule, did you get into animation or into directing?
It was animation, and that is interesting to question, because in Poland animation was kind of directing, that we are like the director of the animation. We have not very we were not focused how good you animate, but what is film about. And why you make the films was maybe more like this direction. And what was fantastic in Babelsberg, that was like all package to thinking about analyze background, analyze the animation in itself, because it's not easy, and to have a lot of exercise to thinking about the all aspect in the professional animation world with different, like drawing animation. We have the table of animation drawing. We have that not in Poland. That's why we were like, in Poland was like different. But we have another subject, and that was kind of mix of the many different. I study quite long, and I make quite. was interesting to compare different thinking of the study. And it was my luck to have both.
Yeah. So now you can choose from both worlds, whatever you want to pick.
Yeah, that was something what I was rich with this all different not category, but also thinking about film, yeah, that how bright
Mhm.
is it, and to give some kind of strong and also courage, yeah, to give the mood to
Mhm.
für Arbeit, and that was for me kind of important.
Mhm. So for your films, for instance, your Abschlussfilm, the Jam Session, where did you get the inspiration or the theme?
Mhm.
How
Yeah,
do ideas come to your mind?
that was also because of the process in Łódź. I was very close to regie department with Justyna Celeda, my good friend. She studied there, and I really love theater, and she was also to direction to the theater play, and for me was read the theater play was kind of huge inspiration till today, you know, and I really make a big research, and I like to read theater plays, yeah, that not only go to the theater but really read, analyze the dialogues, the situation. I think it's still that the theater in my case it's very you I really like I took a lot of elements for to make the situation like in the theater. That's mean not only in the short dialogues, but like situation, like who is the first on the stage, who will go which direction, or right or left, or you know, I have when I make animation thinking that my actors, my clay are on the stage, lying on the glass. That's me lying on the stage, and I am actor but director, make us make
Mhm.
the light and give them the energy, characters, the charisma, yeah, that I want to, you know, to give them the realism, or to give them personality, like in the theater, because you must be thinking about some kind of pantomime and combine with the words, and the it's something what really inspired me, that give me like big hit kick that
Mhm.
I can imagine and thinking, okay, I have like new cosmos, new
Mhm.
situation, that I can get the characters believable, and the theater give me the borders, you know, because they write about how looks like, or how is it, the personality is kind of, I think it's much easier to make adaptation than to create your own world, but and I using this situation, I think, because that's inspired me a lot.
Mhm. I can totally relate to, getting inspired in some other creative place and then kind of taking that inspiration and using it in your films and see what kind of things you can adapt and what things you need to change because the medium film is, different than a theater play.
Yeah. Mm.
That's very interesting to see your process and where you
Yeah, that was,
start, where your starting point is.
yeah, you know, because for example, Sexy Laundry, yeah, that we jump a little bit, but I saw the theater play first in Poland on the stage in the theater, and I was like, wow, it's fantastic, you know. It's I have two actors, only two actors. They are so funny, and they have some kind of trouble that I love. Also, the conflict.
Mhm.
You must have the conflict, and it was a lot of sweet, really, like it's a lot of it's comedy, like, and I went, oh my gosh, I really must take adaptation. It was of course Justyna Celeda adaptation, and I asked about the rights, and I rights was the Canadian theater play, and you know, you have like 2 hours of the material of the that's you I take only 12 minutes. That's really I have
Mhm.
some kind a sense of the situation. And I was, of course, lucky that was Canadian theatre play, and I get really fast on the board, National Film Board of Canada, because the text was so great. Yeah, that was really like really funny and really like smart and close to true, and they really kind of it was like situation like in jam session was the same. Yeah, the jam session was also like I really get inspiration of the Maciej Bordowicz theater play, and was easy also. I make really with very famous Polish actors and the voiceover, and that was fantastic.
So can you take us a little bit through the process after you saw the theater play and you needed to secure the rights, for instance, for those to become a film? What are your next steps? How do you approach a film project?
Yeah, you have like many different way, and each project is a little bit have another story. But usually, when I've choose the text from theater play, I choosing like a sense what I really like, which scene really give me the moment that I understand the characters and why I doing that. I must asking, yeah, what is the most important? Usually in the text is it, but it's usually you have like 2 hours, you have many different subjects, and you must to choose that what you for you is interesting, important, and you know what you want to tell, and to be consequent with that. And I love it to choose this kind, because you feel like in the shops with many cookies, sweets. Okay, and now you must to choose like that. Sometimes it's like I want to that. But yeah, sometimes hard, but it's anyway it's huge pleasure to have it, this kind of problems, and that I like it a lot. And after I start to make puppets, because the character give me in clay, give me like really like also kick like the power, because I must to understand what kind of creation personality I will work, and that is a little bit long process. And I started to storyboard, and storyboard is the hardest moment, I must tell you, for me in my case. And because you must do thinking about editing, about the perspective, about all details what you have, and you need a lot of time and focus. And since 2 films or 3 films, I working with Marta Magnuska. She's brilliant, much better, and she draws so fast. I have a lot of ideas, and Yoko film was like really, I make a skits, but she really developed much better. I think by Esterhazy I also have like Bert Gottschalk, and that was also like I draw the skits what I want to think, and he make better the storyboards. So it's challenge to make good storyboard, I think, and he helped me to make the storyboard like modern film way, like with the panorama, with all this kind of language. I think I am much more theatralic, like old-fashioned, but not for the last film. Last film was a big change. Yeah, and after we have animatic, and we start production, and the production is the best time.
Yeah, I bet. So I read for the film Yoko that you produced like 600
Puppets.
puppets. Is that true?
Yeah, it
It's
was a lot.
crazy.
It was crazy because the project was kind of crazy, and we like it. And that was kind of new challenge for us, that we have base of the drawing. First, Paul and Marta Magnuska draw all the phase of animation. And that was a lot of perspective different, like they are starting to be big and small, and sometimes it's very complicated movement, and it's somehow not easy to draw, but making clay is much more complicated in my technique, because the puppet's lying on the glass all the time. And Marta make it for example, for 1 second, make 20 frames, sometimes less, but the more difficult scene and moment. And Kasia and the team in Szczecin, Karolina, Gosia, base of the drawing, make the puppets, and that was very they're very difficult. I must tell you that was more difficult than animation parts, and they were brilliant because they were fast. They were very details focus, and it looks amazing. And I think they have also fun. I cook for them because I think the puppets were much more difficult than make animation. But animation in itself was also difficult. And we have like Martin Pertliček from Czech. He was also like first time this kind of clay animation lying on the glass. That was his first time job, and he made the brilliant because he made the all movement, walking and jumping situation in the film. He made it. I make the dialogues, and the mimic, but he made the jumping. That was really good. Mm-hmm.
And speaking of the puppets you made, I think you have one right there to show us.
Oh yes, yes. Voila. This is also make the puppets. I think make Kasia Mierzejewska albo Karolina Gołębiowska albo Gosia. I don't remember which one, but anyway, we have like frozen puppets now in the plastic glass.
It's so nice to conserve them, so you can keep them.
Yes, and that make also Martin Pertliček. It was really like difficult because you can imagine that you the clay and this is hot. Heat somehow from the technique, and this is this is like I think Dr. Barnett, I suppose. Yeah, you can see that it's like for one side it's perfect, almost perfect. And then the other side that is like lying on the glass and you cannot see so much. Well, voila. Yeah. But it's like cheap clay, simple clay, not so soft. But we mix the color, we cook the color. We put also the clay in the silicone foam that I can also show you.
Oh yeah.
And this is the silicone foam from the last film. From the Projekt Monster, Haferflocken Monster. Voila. And for children film, we will have a German premiere in Stuttgart in May.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, then please come to the cinema. It's a crazy story. And, this is silicone foam is quite easy to make. It's also very details full, and we using to make warm clay and put that inside. But yes, this is
nice. So as I'm seeing your puppets, you don't actually use wire or any kind of armature in as the bones, right? You're just using the pure clay.
Yes, it's totally simple, really simple. It's like it starts to be difficult when you start to make it, but but anyway, you have this kind of. I think it's easy, It's like I didn't discover this technique. I think many people make it before, but I am kind of maybe the consequence because usually I working only like that, and voila.
So when was the moment that you discovered clay for your film project?
Very on the beginning.
Yeah, you just started to work with clay. Was there no other material you experienced with?
That was my second film, clay, but the first was kind of paper drawing, and be honest, I really don't know what is it animation. That was 1997, and I don't know how to move. How. That was we must have done the 35 millimeter. I remember it was kind of blind work, and and the story was. If I will ask what was about my first film, then I will tell you about the people that in subway changed the faces. It was like I draw that the eyes, the mimic, like because of the road, subway, they're going like different personality out from the travel or from the subway. When stopped, they are going like different person. That was the first my story ever. That was that was, and after was backyard, also about old backyards in woods. That was like, that someone arrived to the in the half in backyard, and exchange start to be also one of the um, destroyed element in assimilate with the backyard, with the place, this very destroyed place, and they start to be like the part of this background of this place. They cannot go out. It was kind of feel like, like poetry
Mhm.
because I discover it was like two characters. Like I use the blue colors, and when I walk like long time, the colors start to be dirty and dirty, and they are really assimilate. It was also not that I was so brilliant on the beginning. No, it was kind of process, because you are walking like hours. It's hot and dark room, and it was 35 millimeter. I cannot imagine how it was
Mhm.
hot. And and the effect was kind of surprising because you walk in the 35 millimeter, you walk kind of without to see what you are doing. Yeah, after 2 weeks, what was how is the film looks like, and it was incredible. And I remember all of us, also me, that was surprised of the effect with the clay,
Mhm.
that like very colorful situation on the beginning, and with the process it start to be more gray and gray and gray, and that kind of give you that kind of dramaturgy
Hmm.
that I didn't know about it. Yeah, that was nice, and I think that was my start with clay.
Mhm.
And I like the relief because the clay give me that what I have a little bit in fine arts, that the sculpture, relief, the drawing, the 3D element or 2D element also. Plus now light was is very important, and I put light very low, that to give
Mhm.
give for the puppets texture, yeah, to bring to present the how they are high or the big, and that this is. And I painting with my hands first, like the clay was warm, that I really didn't use. I use only hands, and that was that was close to the oil painting also for me. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I really like. Still,
That's yeah, that's what I thought when you were mentioning that you started out in fine arts and you mentioned sculpturing and stuff, and it was like, okay, yeah, that totally makes sense because you can see it in your films that that these are kind of sculptures and this is kind of fine arts what you do.
yeah.
It really connects to your background.
Yeah.
Nice. So after you finished Yoko, which I got to see in Stuttgart as well last year, and it was just mind blowing because I've never seen anything like that in animation or stop motion. It was just just what you said, the texture and the low lighting and um, everything that the way you were telling the story and the kind of dark humor and everything in it, it was just, I was like, whoa, this is a really awesome film. And I was wondering when you finish a project, like when Yoko was finished, how do new ideas come to your mind? For instance, for the children's film, The Porch Monster, what you did afterwards.
Yeah, it's funny because now I'm doing also erotic film soon.
Ah.
That's why, yeah, it's just yeah, Yoko was very very brutal. The story is like the border of the humanity, I think,
Mhm.
because they really push you. They really manipulate you how strong they can. They possess the body, and and of course, like usual, it's something typical that you need to like switch a little bit, like look for the different position, perspective. And again, Justyna Zeleda um, told me a few years ago how she played with her daughter. And it was so funny. It was so absurd. It was really like kind of Toporionesco like I really like it. Funny, like also like unusual, original story. A lot of fantasy, a lot of characters, and something what I can easily imagine making clay. And we did that. And what is interesting that um, I still don't know how good it is for children, but we have a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Karolina Gołębiowska in Szczecin make the design, and we are working like few months in Szczecin, but it's like German Polish co-production, and it's something new, Azerbaijan co-production. We get like, because of the, I don't know, some luck, or that we get on the board from Baku producer. He studied in Prague long time, and he know my films, and he want to develop animation in Azerbaijan, Rashid. And he get first time for children films only money for post production, and we needed the money for making music and sound, and also the version, Azerbaijan version. And we went to Azerbaijan, to Baku, to make this all post productions, and it was very interesting. It was really like adventure.
Mhm.
Totally different way of make a film, a little bit, but also very familiar, very warm, and very, yeah, like with Liebe, and yeah, it was very interesting. And we also visiting some fantastic places in Azerbaijan. Then yeah, that was really yeah, that was beautiful story around also
Mhm.
the film. Let's see. Let's see. I would like to see really in Germany in kino with children, and German version of the film, because it's a lot of dialogues, and it's like kind of intense colors, and maybe it's unusual, and maybe I don't know. I know how good I am with the children. Maybe that's why now I make it. I start to make erotic film because I don't know how it will be, but it's me.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see it. And speaking of films from your past, if anyone listening or watching right now wants to see any of your previous movies, where can they find out more about your work?
We have on Vimeo and YouTube some films. Then you can put my names, and
Mhm.
on my website Plucińska.pl you can see also making of Yoko, and that's mostly that. And there are some on YouTube, some films, and Vimeo. Yeah.
Okay, so everybody who's interested can check out some behind the scenes and some of the
Yes.
films
Yes.
online. That's really nice, because I'm sometimes when I get home from film festivals, I'm like, okay, I want to see this movie again, and there's no way sometimes that you can find some really stunning films, because they're like there's some contracts about where they're allowed to be shown, but it's nice that your films are online.
Some of them, yeah,
Yeah.
not all, because I have not right. I think it's difficult to see Sexy Laundry, I suppose, because with
Mhm.
Canadian and Arte and voila. But that's true. Should be like, it will be great to have some archive of short
Yeah.
films. I would love to have it to get it. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, but that's true. Now I have like retrospective mostly. That was last year in Italian. This year will be in Australia, in Melbourne.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I can make it to Australia.
Welcome, but anyway, yeah, yeah. Kurde, I want to tell you something. What we did may be beautiful, because I teach on the Fine Arts Academy. I'm professor there in Szczecin, and we did like Polish, German, Czech first exhibition of the puppets, like
Ah,
animateria and scenography. And I have like few artists from Berlin, like Anne Breumann, Karin Czesnochorski, Susanne Jega, and also from Czech, from Mał Production, and from Poland, from Film School, and from Kraków Academy of Art. Some really like 20 artists that we met. I was the curator of the exhibition. I would like to come back and make a second part, because it was like a lot of people, students want to see the puppets animation. This is something what, in the moment when we have AI and everything, you can do like, but it's not, I don't know, the other second, I really love to have the puppets animation, want to see the puppets, want to make it, and, to have something with your hands is kind of, therapy for each of us. That's why it was kind of idea that I started to do, and I hope one day we will come to Berlin, and I know now it will be in Barcelona. The exhibition we were starting to do, and
is it going to be during the film festival in Barcelona, during the short and animation film festival, or is it?
It will be like separate, but because this is with the idea of the school, LEC and University in Barcelona, and we will try to, to bring some puppets to them, and we just start to speak, and I hope I will give you information when you can see not only beautiful city, but also very interesting, different kind of animation, any material words, and I think it's nice to combine this kind of different technique and material and the relationship and the metaphor, and to bring this kind of word.
That sounds really, really good. And I think even nowadays it's more important to show how did this film did come to life, like all the process steps.
Yes.
And, the puppets is so important. And also you talking about how you approach films and how doing things with your hand is so much different from just putting in some text into some prompts and getting some shitty results.
Yeah, I think the most important is that you start and you finish, and you are still have fun, because that push you to that is really interesting game what you have. It's like play chess, that you are thinking about the next movement, and this is something kind of like a drug, that you are like focused in the so small sometimes details. On the other side, you have like whole words you can create, like the interesting. Yeah.
It's the process, not as well. The result of film is important as well, but the process is so important, how to get there. Yeah, nice. So with your previous films and your current film, The Porridge Monster, just being released, what's in the pipeline? What's next? Or are you just going to do the film festival tour?
Yes. Yes, I have really a great situation, because I get a little bit money for the from Poland, from Polish Film Institute, for the erotic film, Eroticon or Red. And I will tell you, I don't know, maybe it's secret, I don't know if I should. But I don't know how many people we watched. Anyway, I was very, very lucky, and I go to make some kind of. Should I not? I will try to make a test now soon in the Jan Schwankmajer atelier.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know, maybe I shouldn't speak about it, but I going there anyway, and to see, because I am involved in his since 1 year in his project Kunstkamera. I a little bit help to make pictures for Adam Olcha, who make the camera there, and for the object. Anyway, I follow Schwankmajer now, and I visit his house and his palace, thousand things, and I'm very lucky to be with my master so close, to see how he work, and also to make a film there. That's why it will be like new etap in this year, that to make a film close to master, and am exciting and I am afraid and
Mhm.
whether I'm happy, but he's so smart and the place is very incredible. Yeah, you have really thousands of his crazy idea
Mhm.
around, and I don't know what will happen with the film on the end. Let's see. I start now the test. I'm going soon, and we'll see. I don't know.
That sounds really, really interesting.
Yeah, because he's like 91 years old. 91 is
Mhm.
still working almost every day, and it's very, very interesting to observe how he doing the process, the studio, the world around what he doing. It's really like kind of big fascination, and let's see. I'm I'm I feel lucky with that I can meet master of my art from
Mhm.
you know that is
Yeah.
this is the secret, the small secret still.
Mhm.
And yeah, this is the thing what I doing now, and the next year will be busy of the process of animation, and this will be not clay animation, it will be also charcoal animation.
Oh.
I draw. This is my third film drawing with charcoal, and also interesting. It's really like it's very interesting, different kind of animation, and I learned. I have really like kind of fun to be dirty with my hands, with my because it's all is around black, and yeah, this is
Mhm.
new challenge.
And can you tell what the subject in general of this
Yes,
new
it's
film
erotic.
is gonna be?
Erotic. It's totally erotic.
It's this is the erotic film with the girl. Ah,
It's
okay, I
erotic.
see.
We're close to Bushwhack. It's crazy,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's like yeah, because we have some story, but it's like kind of open story, and when I know usually when it's my process, my film, when it's not adaptation, I changing a lot. Yeah, I have like like because one etap push you to discover something
Mhm.
else. I suppose we will make that different way. Let's see. And
Mhm.
different what I have in storyboard, I will change and change and change and change. This is really the kind of process and fun. Let's see how the result, but I am more focused of the process than of the result somehow, because you must to have a fun, or you must to have some kind of thinking that you learned a lot during the process. If your process really destroyed you, or you are like depressive because you animate, I forbid myself to do that. Really,
Mhm.
like I really have. Yoko, we were like 9 months of animation. Haferflocken Monster was 6 months, and we really like to do that, and me too. This is the best moment of the year when you make animation. It's not punishment, it's not like it's really privilege. And if the film is great on the festival, it's fantastic for my team, and that's easy to get money for the next film. But I still, for me, the moment to doing this and to have every day some kind of this feelings that okay, it makes sense, or what I doing, it's I like it, and I think it's good moment, um good moment, good effort, or I feel well with this. That for me, it's like the big award somehow. And on the festival, you never know the festival how good is the film, or if the public like it or not. If yes, it's fantastic. Of course, everybody are happy. Yeah, and but I think this everyday creation is very interesting.
Yeah, I totally agree. I was just gonna ask you what the fascination of stop motion is, but you just kind of did the love letter to stop motion by describing how much fun the process of animating and bringing things to life is.
Yes, I think it's I I try to also push to give my enthusiasm for the other people, and I think I kind of successful to get more like young people to also make his own story or films. Also, some of my students and also team in Szczecin, they are also doing own films, and I am very happy because I also first time I work for my assistant in, or we are working together, Dominika Wyrobek in Szczecin, and she make now beautiful film, and I was really the best my job to work for her, and that was was really nice because that was it was fantastic. It was fantastic to work for somebody else than my project. It was not clay; it was much better, but yeah, it was like new challenge, but really nice and totally different. Yeah.
So, what would you suggest, for instance, for a family with kids who had never done stop motion in their lives? Why would they need to try stop motion?
First of all, to have some rules. Yeah, to give some rules and consequence. Yeah, you must to really present that it's like 12 frames, or not 24, but 12 frames is enough per second. You have some stable table. Some lights, it's maybe not important, but to thinking about storytelling, like you have a comics to make a characters, what you have like point A from to point B, how will be the scene, maybe first without hintergrund or background, but like, you have like characters, simple characters, but also to thinking what kind of characters this is. Oh, maybe some object, because it's also nice to have some, I don't know, like small ball, and the ball is very like ping pong. Ping pong ball.
Bouncing.
Yeah, a lot of energy, and the second is very slow, and there must be some situation of conflict, of problems, or they can change the shape. What is the moment that come from or outside to the start to start to make the problems, or of themselves, for example. Yeah, the ball want to be heavy, want to be very fast, for example. What will happen? It's some kind of this that you create some simple story, and important is that you have some kind of twist, also easy to change, good to get some short story, or the situation could change because from outside something, I know, switch light, or some wind, or some snow, or some, I don't know, coming, something follow down, something happened from outside, the situation changed suddenly, and what will happen on the end. Yeah, that is also like a game. I think this kind of fun with your fantasy, imagination that give for each of us, yeah, like kind of fun, yeah, that you have some kind of adventure in your creation in your world. That I play like that with my brother's children, that we also make animation, that they are usually they have too much ideas too fast. I think yeah. Yeah, it's good. This is kind of fun, fun, or also like a challenge to tell a story creation, because you cannot make something wrong somehow. Yeah, it's important, the process. Yeah, because the effect is always anyway fantastic. It's what is also interesting, important for animation is the sound and music. Yeah, because I think it's like 70% of the perception is that we are first, maybe we first seen, but the sound give us really perspective, give us the heaviest, the important moment, put imagination, or give the story because of the sound. I think it's very, very important. Yeah, but nowadays you can make you can, I think the best way is like to make the easiest way, maybe to make a film for the sound. First you have sound, or some a little bit music, very dynamic, and make a sound. And to make an animation for that is very also interesting to analyze how is the sound working on. And it's really happy moment to see how it's like working your creation and the details.
Yeah, the joy of bringing things to life and emphasize with music, like is this a drama or is it a comedy? You can just emphasize with the kind of music you use in your story. So if there's anyone interested in stop motion out there, what would you suggest? What would the first step be? Because I don't think the first step would be to go to a film school, but what would you suggest for people interested in stop motion?
I think, first of all, nowadays you have all in YouTube already a lot of films, how to start to draw, how to start, like this kind of, you must to find things or to write down what you like it, which moments of the film, what kind of character you like, what kind of technique will inspire you, what kind of artists inspire you, to make a research about what is important for you or what you like it, what kind of subject, because could be, like very slow animation or very experimental or a mix of animation, could be also like 3D animation, what kind of 3D animation, that you must a little bit know what you like. And after, I will not afraid to try to copy something, because this is kind of exercise to okay, I like this artist and I try to, because after a while you understand that it's copy, it's not on, that is not enough, this is only like a tool to practice, to understand, for example, I also sometimes observe how to, for example, animate the water or to waves. Yeah, it's so difficult, And I look in the internet to see how it looks like, because already someone to make the analyze. Yeah, like in the Miyazaki film, for example. Yeah, how there is frame by frames, how it's the steps of the animation, because it is complicated. And each of us have another ability. Some of them are much easier for us, some is more difficult. For me, it's, for example, very difficult to make walking. Because you must be very precise. I am not so precise. Yeah, I am very good in mimic, to expression, and maybe you also, you have some kind of animation that you make like much easier than others, some kind of, not out of us on the beginning are not perfect at all. And that is kind of observation you must understand, that is still is so bright, you must to find something what it's for you, it's easy to make it, or you like to do it, and develop or make much more richer to your ability. For me, still is the most difficult animation is puppet animation and drawing animation, but you can also start to make pixelation, that means you move objects, like, and it's also fun. And you can to make cut out animation. It's also fantastic to make like Lotte Reinigen style, that you have your puppets and you feel already, wow, I have character already, and you put some background, doesn't matter what, somehow like books or some line, and in fact you can do animation of everything nowadays. And only to find your tools on maybe some example, some Beispiel that you want to follow. You can also make like Brother Quay animation. First of all, they have some sound, music, and based of the music they make it. But you will see it's each of us are different, and I think what is really, I like it in animation, that your originality, that you think, oh, it's bad because nobody do things like me. It's fantastic. It's very art of animation. You want to have them to be full, or you want to be like some kind of authentic with your art, and I think that is interesting. That really, also with these mistakes or not perfect, you don't not be too perfect. Sometimes you never know sometimes why you like it, but you like it, because it's something like news that surprise you, but sometimes you don't know why. I think it's very, very bright, this kind of process of why we are watching and why we are focused on that and why we are making this kind of art animation. But first of all, it's good to go with the how to say that you must be and don't feel like comfort zone. Yeah, you must a little present yourself. To go out. Yeah, to make it something. Yeah, to fight. That's why I think the mood, the courage is very important with the animation because usually we are not sure. we are not I feel very comfortable, or we are not self-confident to make something art. I mean, it's not true. It's true, but it's each of us have that. I think also me, when I start a new project like this one, the erotic one, I don't know. I think maybe it will be embarrassing. And on my God, I am more than 50 years old now, and I am still that. But on the other side, okay, I'm happy to have this kind of feeling that I am so embarrassed. I don't know. Let's see. But anyway, it's still fun with the process. Kind of challenge is very interesting and very healthy for your brain, for your soul, for how you feel, like how you like yourself, how you like the environment around. Especially that is kind of interesting, maybe therapy through art, animation, art therapy, kind of maybe. Yeah.
There he is. Yeah, I totally agree on the feeling insecure and not being confident with stuff you do. But, the point is to do it anyways and to show it anyways, even though one might think, I don't want to show my art to anybody because I don't feel like it's good enough or something like that. But, just to keep doing it and to practice and keep getting better and just, as you said, try to be proud of being unique and having your own style, even though nobody might seem to do it like you do it.
Yeah, I think, of course, I feel very lucky that I am on the festival, but I'm doing that since 25 years. But for the people that are starting now, really, it's like big bravo that you want to start it and you are doing that. I think, and so really your own way. And this is something what is very, very strong already and very important. And if the world then see that now, then, I think it's what I think you should finish something, try to finish. Maybe it will be spent few months or 1 year. Don't put like 5-10 years. I think it's some kind of ungesund. Kind of could be, but if you give your like 1 or 2 years or few months to make this animation, or a few weeks, and you want to finish, then nowadays it's a lot of festival or presentation also that you can present first your friends, your or to make some presentation official and go slowly. But it's all depend what you like to do. But usually, I think in animation artistic world, we are very, very feeling all together like familiar. We are not judged. I think I have a lot of friends and we have not the competition. That's why I don't know, it's like, it's really true. It's maybe not like in the feature film or like big production that you have some big competition and it's not at all. It's very, very nice words. I think the animation family, that we like to meet each other on the festival in Stuttgart, in Berlin, in Annecy, and in Zagreb in festival. It's a lot of friends, a lot of friendly situation, and I am very happy of the success of my friends, and because I know how it's important for them at the project, and we don't critics. I think it's not this kind of I really we cross the finger for everyone, and this is really, I think it's specific, and this is unique from this job, that we are not jealous. I think not competition. This is not competition. I think we have now wait a second films, them our production new company with Gast and matte, with Marta Magnuska, Paulina Ziółkowska, with Weronika Salomon, Jalal, and we are totally friends, and each of us have such kind of success on the successful animation, but we are really friends together, and we cross the finger that what's for the next good project. And this is something I think maybe, I don't know, this is very unique, and this is really what this is the, I think, reason that's why I like to be in this kind of small but very familiar and very human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That sounds like really nice people to be around with.
I think this is the charming word, really interesting, and I hope it will be continue. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure as well. Well, I think we already hit the time. I want to say thank you so much for being a guest of the podcast. Good luck to you with all of your upcoming projects, and I hope to see you around at some film festival, I guess.
Yes.
Or in Berlin at your exhibition of your puppets.
Yes, I will tell you, and
yeah,
thank you very much for then I hope I cross the finger for your animation.
Thanks so much.
And see you around on the festivals. Yes. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.